cards, clans, and combos. This is Monster Train 2. Card games occupy this section of my brain that I can only describe as standby mode. Whenever I don't want to go looking for something to play or I'm just idly waiting, then card games fill that slot. My evenings are consumed with hours of Hearthstone or Marvel Snap. They're my wind-down games. Slay the Spire and Ben Starr's Joker Poker are never too far away in my schedule. It's a safe bet that if you want your game to stand out during a showcase to me, slap some cards in there or just slam Deck Builder on the screen at any point and you're gonna have my curiosity. If we ever reach a point where we see a deck builder extraction shooter, personally I think my brain would collapse in on itself like the house from Treehouse of Horror. Yep, these are the jokes in this episode, folks. The original Treehouse of Horror episode from 1990. And you thought that I was just going to be making train jokes and puns for the entire thing, didn't you? Didn't you? You can admit it. See, I thought about it. And then that felt pretty one track, and I'm more of a multi-track drifting kind of guy. Although it does look like this intro has gotten away from me, but that is an illusion, because if you watch, I will easily pull it into the station, because there ain't no problem with this trolley. From Shiny Shoe, the makers of Monster Train, comes Monster Train 2. And it's going to deliver even more heaven and hell card combos for you to pick apart and play down in your 3 carriages of card carnage. Just like its predecessor, Monster Train 2 sees you picking 2 clans and building out your deck over the course of your run. If you have played the original, you're going to be familiar with the core of what Monster Train 2 has to offer. But if this is your first time buying a ticket for the Hell Train card game, then let me give you the sped up version of how a run is going to go. You're going to pick 2 clans, a primary and a secondary. You're then going to choose a hero from your primary clan. You're going to get some starter cards and the default like Train Warden basic cards that are in every game. You play down your units into the 3 carriages of your monster train. Goal is to stop the enemy units from getting all the way to the top and destroying your pyre, the heart of your train. They enter from the bottom, and after each combat, they will proceed up 1 level. When they get to the top, they will then attack the pyre, and if they destroy it, game over. Run done, reset, reroll, go again. During a run, you're going to be given the chance to recruit new cards from your 2 clans, new trinkets, events. You're going to upgrade the cards in your deck or just straight out remove them. It's standard roguelike run style stuff. Each run will look different from the last. Even the bosses can have different abilities that are going to keep things fresh. At this point, on the surface, the game sounds identical to the original. Monster Train 2 is most definitely just an extension of the first. It falls into that trapping where if you make something too different, people will complain, why does it have the same name? While if you keep it too similar, you're going to end up with people claiming, well, this could have just been a DLC. And Monster Train 2 falls closer to that second one than it does the first. There are refinements to the systems here, new additions to the old formula, keeping it fresh. It's adding more combinations for the player to try and giving you more freedom. See, you're not just playing with monsters, you're playing with the train itself a bit more this time. You can change out your pyre for one that gives you different effects, room cards that are going to change each floor in your train and all of the things that happen within it. For example, you can give a floor 15 spell power, which will apply to any spell played on that floor. Or you could make it so that any time a unit dies, you get 10 gold. They allow for more control over how you want to build out your playstyle and your train and how you want to approach that run. I will be honest though, I didn't like the synergy between the starting 2 clans that you get. I feel like there's just a touch too much friction between them that makes you end up focusing on one and ignoring the other. You see, they're fine on their own, but as you try to make these 2 opposing parts work together, your deck ends up feeling weaker for it rather than stronger. I'm sure someone will try to argue the point that, oh, it's intended story-wise, given that your starting clans are opposed. One is from heaven, one is from hell. It's the beginning of the game, they're not meant to get along. And that is a terrible defense. It would be like you starting a crossword and me just deciding to bullet train a dictionary at your head to help out. It's not impossible to win with them. It just Normally ends up that there is an easier route if you focus solely on one and lean into their strength. As you get a few runs under your belt and miles on those wheels, you're going to unlock more cards for those two clans, and then more clans to mix and match. And at this point, the game opens up. The first clan that you unlock and the second clan that you unlock work a lot smoother with these starting clans and feel like they just give you more freedom. And the clans in Monster Train 2 have some interesting mechanics to play with. Things like shifting and moving your units back and forth in the line, or just ending up with minions that you just want to throw equipment at to buff them up, or just make concoctions and throw them at either your own units or enemies. It gives you a lot of creative pieces that you end up coming up with all of these ideas that you want to try out and see if these things will work. And that's the strength of a good deck builder. You see, it's not just about the freedom that you have within the system, but it's seeing all of those pieces line up and then figuring out if you can just break the system with them. Can you fully derail that train? And when you do you feel like a tactical genius? Does it feel earned? You see, the original Monster Train nailed that feeling. And there's underpinnings of it in the sequel. When things pop off, they pop off and it's great. Monster Train 2, as mentioned, feels that way because it's an extension of the first. You're going to enjoy parts of the new, but at the same time, you're going to be pining for parts of the old. There were times when playing this game that I just really missed the old combinations from that first game. I mean, they're still there, they're in that first game. I could go back and play that and get that experience. It's just, you play this one and you end up having that kind of, you know, nostalgia feeling. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the largest problem with Monster Train 2 is that initial experience. And again, that could be those goggles. You imagine the first game and you have all these great memories of it. But the second one, that starting feeling, just doesn't feel as streamlined or as smooth as the first. And that means that there are bumps along this track. If you persist though, there's more of what makes Monster Train great. You've got new combinations, new cards to play with, you've got the rooms, equipment, new clans, you've got endless mode, which was asked for, you've got dimensional challenges. There is a lot going on here for a hard player to enjoy. And you've also got a fleshed out story if you want to learn more about the clans or characters that you were chewing along with in the previous game. So, Monster Train 2 will set you back $25 or around that price in pounds and euros. We don't have that information. There's no point in filling in the usual bit that we do here where we tell you the hours or achievements, because this is a time waster game. It would be like telling you how many hours we put into Factorio. The purpose of this section is normally to help you gauge your time investment and the cost, as money is tight and choices matter. But that's not why you buy deck builders. You buy them to sink a lot of time into, and Monster Train 2 is a great journey upon which you can settle down in that seat and just enjoy the ride.